Hello, everybody, and welcome back to one more day. Now, I've got Addi here with me. We've had a bout of sickness going through our household this past week.
It's still here. I'm still sick. You can tell that I'm sick.
I'm perfectly fine. So,
Me and Toby got really sick.
Yep. But I feel fine now. Am I okay?
I've got some chest pain. You never really got sick.
I was sick.
Yeah.
Pretty sick for a couple of days.
You just didn't get... Yeah.
Anyways.
Having a good, nice, relaxing weekend helped you get better in time for work.
That and lots of medicine.
I guess me and Toby's immune systems, just aren't
on
the
my
best
level.
With this sickness, I guess.
See, that's why I try to tell you guys, every time you go into a public bathroom, you gotta lick all the walls.
Oh my gosh.
Otherwise, how do you know that there's not, hidden cameras on the walls or something?
What?
You don't. And look, see what it's done for me? It's done wonders. But that doesn't have anything to do with today's topic. I guess, actually, maybe, a little.
No. I hope that's not.
Do you want to present our topic?
No, because I chose it. You present it, remember?
So, Addi wanted to talk about our college experience. And to me, it was the most useless waste of money and time that I have ever done. But I think Addi's had a more positive experience, so we'll let her start.
Well, first of all, I lived at college for 2 years, whereas Connor only was there for 1. So I was there for a year when he was still in high school.
And that's on campus. We both have...
Yeah, we lived on campus.
To preface it, we both do have our associates. Honestly, it would probably be more useful as toilet paper than where it's at now. So, sorry, go on. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. But the first year I was there, honestly, I loved it. I loved being alone. I loved being able to, be able to learn to be on my own, even though, I kind of had started doing that in high school. And, I was on the color guard team. And honestly, I had a lot of fun. I didn't go to parties and get drunk and
she got
weird
crunk.
stuff.
She got crazy.
I didn't even have any other friends other than the people on my team and the people I already knew from high school.
They were pretty crazy.
But I still had fun.
Oh, she had fun.
No, nothing like that. Literally,
I'm just saying
they would play
fun.
video games out in the commons room, and I would avert my eyes so I wouldn't have
saying.
to talk to them.
Remember that time a bunch of people were just cutting their hair out in the commons area?
Yeah, our dorm mates throughout the whole building were freaking weird. It was just our floor? Yeah, it really was just our floor. Everyone else was
they were pretty chill.
Every other floor was fine, other than that one fire that happened that one time because a group of kids decided to leave a pan on the stove and they were,
They were foreign exchange students and they didn't realize that the stove was still on. Anyways, we had to contact the RAs about multiple things. There one time, so it was quiet time or quiet hour or curfew for at 10
Yeah,
p.m.?
like a curfew kind of.
It was just a noise curfew. You couldn't be obnoxiously loud.
Yeah.
But there were this group of
10
people.
normal and
of
then
6 to 10 people. They were just yelling and laughing. Not just laughing, but obnoxiously laughing.
And your neighbors would constantly blare their music they
probably thought the same thing about me, though.
Loud. We didn't blare music like that.
That's true. But regardless, we had to call the RAs about a bunch of things. I went out and asked them to be quiet multiple times nicely. And then I went out and told them to shut up. And then I just called the RAs. And the RAs came, told them that they need to go to their rooms or go somewhere else. And they're like, yeah, sure. And then they didn't. So I called the RAs again. And a couple of RAs came. And then they all left. And then I felt bad, which I shouldn't have felt bad. Because it was like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And I had class the next day. But the main reason it was pissing me off was because I had finally convinced Addi to do a stream on Twitch. And she was doing it. And then freaking everyone was just screaming and laughing in the background.
Yeah.
Pissed me off.
But tell them about the one thing that you loved about the college experience.
That was really the main thing I hated.
No, the thing you loved. Free food.
Free food. And it was... The food was alright. But
Well,
it was
even-
alright enough
We got
that...
free food from the restaurants, too, because we got like a... It was like a package that you bought with your room.
But
That's
remember,
room and board.
That
So we
was
got a bunch
always
of free...
broken. Like, sometimes it'd be like, oh, you do get it free. And sometimes it'd be like, actually...
I never had problems
I
with the
had
restaurants
to pay for
on
Trace and
campus.
Waldo's all the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I also
Waldo.
had worked there,
Yeah.
so I kind of...
I wish we could go back to get food there. But I'm betting they're all closed. Maybe not, though.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
Well, that's
break
not
right
necessarily
now.
what I was saying. I was saying more because of the Rona.
Oh. That
that
might not
too,
be. I don't
probably.
know.
Do you remember Christmas break when we were in the dorms? I don't know why my voice went so high.
All I remember is that we got like the entire
It was
month off.
Awesome.
It
Yeah,
was
we got the entire
awesome.
month off, and no one else was there. And we're just
Because everyone went home for Christmas, but we
all
only
the
lived
loud
in
people, all
we
the
only
nerds.
lived an hour away, so we stayed until like a day or two before Christmas, and then went home.
All the nerds stayed. Remember when they like?
Yeah.
In the commons area, there was a big old TV and some couches.
Oh yeah.
Remember they made
oh my
some
gosh,
forts.
I remember we all went out. Yeah, they all slept in the forts. Didn't Wit go out there and sleep in the fort too?
Yeah.
But like that whole weekend, they were like playing Smash Bros out there because all of the annoying and loud people weren't taking over the commons. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That was pretty great. I
That was
remember
pretty
that
great.
now.
I remember that now too.
I also remember playing card games and board games like out in the hallway,
That was
like alcoves with your friends.
That was a lot of fun. Oh, I've never made Stimpy more mad at me. Oh, that's not true. That was a good time making Stimpy mad. Playing Binding of Isaac game. Nothing will ever beat the Overwatch.
You have to admit that was the most time you got to spend with your friends in a long time. Like,
Yeah.
you only get to see them like once or twice a year now.
Pretty crazy. It's wild.
Everyone's life is getting
Do
crazy.
you want to know what's really crazy? I've known Stimpy since 2016. I still know nothing about him. I feel like he's the most mysterious person on the planet. I just found out the other day that his job was, I think he like sprays for bugs or something. I don't know. But he said he doesn't do that anymore because obviously they're not open right now.
Yeah.
He was asking if there was a job with my company, and I told him that there was. And that was the last that I heard.
Huh. Well, now there's a lot of new jobs opening up.
Yeah. And still love my company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also got engaged while we lived in college.
Yeah.
It was...
Conference weekend,
Yeah,
October 6th.
a Sunday in October.
October
No, it was Saturday. No?
6th. It was a Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday. We decided to make sugar cookies, like Halloween sugar cookies, while we watched Conference. And Connor got the feeling, got the inkling to propose to me, so we drove to the temple to like walk around it, even though it was closed that day, and he proposed. I thought he was kidding.
Yeah. I even made her wear matching shirts, but she covered it up with a jacket. So, there goes my cool
I'm
pictures.
a little upset about it.
I'm not going to be like, oh, by the way, I have a surprise for you.
I know,
Wink, wink.
okay, I know. You could have been like, hey, we should get a picture in our matching shirts. Take off your jacket. And I would have been like, okay.
I'm not going to undress you outside the temple. That seems a little
No, you could have
inappropriate.
just said that, and I would have taken my jacket off and handed it to Kelsey.
I'm not going to tell you to get undressed up inside the front of the temple. That's
Well,
inappropriate.
It was just a jacket. But yeah, so we were engaged
How it
from
starts.
October to April while we lived at the college.
Should we talk about how you... Okay, so the dorms were split into dudes on one side, girls on the other. And I had a roommate that was there for half the year. And then he went home. But I still had a 2-bed room that no one else ever moved into. They told me a couple times they were going to have someone move in. And luckily they never did. Because I didn't really want to talk to the
I
stranger.
rarely went into my dorm. Like, I was over there all the time.
No, Addi straight up moved in. Addi moved in from when he left to when we left college. She moved in.
I just slept across the room. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
I actually got changed and everything over at her dorm, showered over there. But besides that, she pretty much just lived over in mine. Which is pretty chill. I feel like it gave us a little bit of a living together thing. I don't actually remember a lot
Really?
from when we were living together.
Well, you guys have heard a lot about the year that we went to college together, but the year that I was there alone
I don't want to talk about that year. I mean, we can.
is my college experience too. I wasn't going to talk a whole lot about it.
Okay. You were just really depressed that year.
I was, but I had a roommate that year. The second year, I got a room alone because I didn't really know anybody I wanted to room with. So I was alone the year that you were at college. But my first year, I had a roommate that was one of my friends from high school. And I don't know, honestly, it was a lot of fun. But, yeah, from like, I don't know, it was October to the end of December, I was really depressed because we kind of had a quote-unquote break and, you know. But that aside, like...
It gave us time to meet new people.
I know.
And then we realized we didn't like other people.
I went on dates with 2 different guys, and no offense to those guys, like, the dates were good, I didn't like... Like, before we actually met in person, we actually knew a lot about each other. Because we had, like...
That's because I wanted to keep talking to you, but most of the time I didn't, like, have conversation topics, so I would just say, give me 20 random facts about you, or...
And I feel like that's okay. I just... Like, I knew a lot about you before I met you in person, so it wasn't just me meeting this stranger.
And then she met me, and she's like, ooh, that's
I totally
went.
I went on a Tinder date. Like,
I always wanted to try Tinder, not gonna lie.
I went on a date with a guy I met on Tinder. I went on 2 dates.
Do you still have your Tinder profile? Oh,
Probably.
we should look that up. Can we look that
And then
up?
I went on a date with a guy that asked me out in my institute class.
I so badly want to look up your Tinder account. I want to see how many dudes, like, swiped on you. You see that? I've always wanted to use Tinder. Now I never can. Which is fine. But I remember when Jacob was using Tinder at the office when he worked with me, I'd be like, oh, I want to try. It looks fun.
Yeah, I used it and I went on a Tinder date. The guy was really nice, but I don't know. I'm really, really, really socially awkward. And it was just, like, going out with someone that was a complete
You're not socially
stranger.
awkward. You're just awkward.
Gosh. Going out with someone that was a complete stranger, like, I don't start conversations. So if the other person is also shy, we sit in
I don't
silence.
know. You tend to start conversations as soon as we sit down to watch a movie or listen to something.
Shut up. I know you, and I know how to annoy you.
You're so good at it. I'm so proud of you. But my dates... I went on a couple dates with 2 of the same people. One was my best friend's cousin. And then the other one was this girl that I actually... We were kind of a thing before me and Addi were a thing. But a lot of stuff happened there. Also, a lot of things. Her mom, like, for really no reason, just hated me. And told Addi's mom that I was like a devil child.
Yeah, I grew up with this girl.
The girl, super nice. Still one of my good friends.
She's nice.
I feel bad. I felt bad I wasn't able to go to her wedding, but that's when we had the Rona. I felt really bad. Yeah. And I remember... Never mind. That's off topic.
But anyways, while we were on that break, the only thing that kept me going was...
Duracell batteries. Because they just keep going and going. Oh, wait, is that Energizer?
I had a blast being on like a college team, and it wasn't like a super big sports team, but just like
you made the spandex look good.
The college color guard versus a high school color guard, it was a lot different, and I loved it because we were in a higher circuit. I still did a lot more like college thing, like pep rallies and stuff like that, and it was a ton of fun.
I still think you should get back into color guard, especially where I get off at 3. Yeah. You would enjoy it so much, and we have the money for it. I need all y'all to help me.
But where? Like, what would I...
I don't know. There's probably a circuit somewhere. There was I wouldn't have known about Wasatch Independent. Probably no one in Wasatch really knew about them either. They were there.
Gosh.
Just being honest.
But, yeah. But after my first year of college, I went back home for the summer. While I was at college, I worked at In-N-Out, and as the color guard season progressed, I actually quit.
You didn't work at In-N-Out where you were back home?
No. Before I went back home that summer. While I was at college, my first year, I worked at In-N-Out. As the color guard year progressed, I actually quit because it was kind of interfering with practices and my schoolwork. And I didn't have to pay for my dorm because I had it on, like, my school loans kind of thing. So all I had to do was pay for gas, I guess. Because our food we were fed every night.
But look at this. Think of it this way. Now you have gas all the time.
Oh, my God. We were fed every night. I got free lunches at the school. And then breakfasts are pretty cheap. So, like, I didn't really need a job. So I quit, finished color guard, went home for the summer. And then both of us got a job at Malto Mill.
Hey, I had...
And then I was also
a
kind of
job.
Filling...
You kind of...
I was part-time at Malto Mill.
Yeah, you were filling
for Poblanos. And I also worked at Comfort Research for a brief time. Hated that.
Hated that job.
Connor also did.
Oh, I worked in one shift and was like, nope.
Yeah.
Which I felt bad because I know your dad like gave in a really good word about me, and I was like,
yeah.
But it was just an awkward situation because it's supposed to be a 12-hour shift, but I could only work like a 6-hour shift because of school. It just didn't work out super well. Mm-hmm. But while I was working at Malto Mill, or technically Post, Addi just lives maybe like 5 or so minutes from it. So
like 2.5 miles
I worked 12-hour graveyard shifts. So I'd go in at 4 p.m. and then leave at 4 a.m. I will never go back. I didn't mind my own line. It was fine. The one time they had me go to this other line, I have never been more like stressed, depressed, and suicidal in my life than when I worked on that one line for 12 hours. It was bad. It was really bad. I remember one time on my line, and by lines I mean the like cereal lines. I typically worked on the Cinnamon Toast Crunch line, and then one time I had to work on the Marshmallow Mateys line, and that's when I wanted to die.
I actually didn't mind
wanted to die
because I was bounced around because I was part-time and I kind of just filled in for people that like called out. I'm pretty sure I worked on the Marshmallow Mateys line.
Did you work with Jake Lish?
I don't remember. I remember I worked with Justin at one point.
Justin, my brother.
That was really awkward.
Because awesome.
Like I was dating you, but I hadn't really ever met him, but I knew he was your brother, so I was just, and he knew that I was dating you, so it was just awkward.
I remember I got to work with my brother a couple of times. That was a lot of fun. Pretty much all I did was build boxes and machines. That's the vast majority.
Yeah, so when I first started there, all I did was kind of Like, I just arranged cereal boxes so that they could be put into bigger boxes easily. And then after a few times of doing that, they moved me from line to line, either putting lids on boxes or sweeping and cleaning up the cereal on the ground.
I will never go back to a factory job ever.
Honestly,
in my
I
life.
didn't mind it. I just didn't like the hours.
During
but
the time,
it did
I was
pay
like,
really
"Oh,
good
I
for a
hate-"
summer job.
But looking back, so it was not an apprenticeship. What was it? What's it called? It goes through like a staffing agency.
Yeah,
Temporary. I was on
yeah,
as a temp.
yeah.
And there were multiple issues with like me getting paid. For some reason, I didn't get paid for like 3 weeks. We were paid weekly. That pissed me off. Anyways, regardless from that, that's actually what led me to quit. Because I was like, okay, well, if I don't get my paycheck this week, and I told upper management that, I told the temp company that, because they kept messing up my pay stub and weren't paying me. It's like, if I don't get it this week, then I'm out. And I didn't get it, so I quit.
Yeah. I kept getting texts for people calling out and them needing extra people for
I was getting emails
2
for that.
months after I quit and went back to college.
From like last year, I was still getting emails.
Wow.
And I was like, I will not take their shift. Sorry.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Right.
But anyways, back to the pay. We were doing the same jobs. More or less the same jobs as other people. And they were getting paid like $20 plus. And we were getting paid $12. And when I found that out, I was like, well, that's stupid.
That's just how temp
I
agencies
know.
work. That's Comfort Research. You were on in a temp agency too. You had to work a certain amount of time there to be able to get the higher pay because temps are just summer jobs, so they don't want to pay you as much because they know you're leaving. That's why.
Wouldn't they want to pay you more though to convince you to stay?
But you were going to college, so they know you're going to leave. That's why you get a temp job. That's why they start everyone at a temp job, because some people might hate the job and quit super fast. If you stay that 6 months, then you get like double pay automatically.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I got a really good buddy out of it, but
So it's kind of an incentive to say to get the higher pay. But
I remember my like supervisor dude, like his last name was Balls. But he scared me. He was like a
all
little
of the
short dude. He
supervisors
scared the crap out of me.
me because like everything was so serious. Like because the safety is super serious there, but like
I felt like Dakota wasn't too serious.
everyone scared me.
You didn't get to hang out with Dakota very much though.
Not really.
I love Dakota.
I was on line 4 most of the time. The Cocoa Pebbles or Cocoa.
Cocoa Puffs.
No,
I remember cleaning like the
Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles.
the mixing area and like the dusting area. Oh, it was so gross. It was like just cleaning.
I didn't have
poop.
to do that because I was just.
It was disgusting.
I just filled in.
But they bought us food, and we got to leave essentially when the cleaning was done. So I only had to do a 6-hour shift.
Yeah,
so that was
that's
cool.
true.
That was nice.
You
Anyways,
stayed at my house like that whole summer because you'd
that's
be
what I said,
done
I
at
moved
5
in with you.
a.m. Yeah, you moved it in at 5, or you got done at 5 a.m. and I was like, you are not driving home after a 12-hour shift at 5 a.m. So you were
I
coming
mean,
to
I
my
did
house.
it a couple of times.
You did a couple times, but you came to my house most of the time.
Yeah.
Because once again, I lived 2 miles down the road.
Oh man, never want to live that year again, ever in my life. I've never ever want to live that year again. No way.
When we went back to college, did I work at Trace?
You did.
That's where I started.
Mm-hmm.
Did I start at the bookstore?
Nope. You got bookstore was towards the end. Don't do it. How dare you? That's how people die.
Okay. I had 2 jobs that year. So when we first moved there, I worked at Trace.
Didn't you do the vacuum job when you were in college? Or was it at Grandpa? No, you did it in college.
I did. Maybe that was... I don't think that was when you were
What's
there,
the
though.
name of the... It was, because I remember you coming back. That was when you were living in my dorm. What was it? I know it starts... Highland?
I wanted to keep saying Hurley.
I wanted to keep saying Hyman, but I know for a fact that's not it.
Hyla. I sold Hyla vacuums for like 2 weeks. And then I was like, screw this job, no way. And that's when I think I went to the bookstore.
We are so good at giving up.
I just know what I like to do, and I'm not going to put myself in an
I was going to say, I can tell early on, I was
money.
like, this is going to... I had to at Jersey Mike's. Oh, I will never work at Jersey Mike's.
I know.
And to give it credit, I don't think it's how all Jersey Mike's are run. We've been to a couple where it's like...
It's true.
Just the one I was at was just a very toxic environment.
Yeah, that year, I gotta say, from 2018 to the August of 2019, we had a lot of jobs go by. Like, our taxes were awful to file, and we even messed them up. We, like, didn't do them right, and we had to get them redone because we had so
when I had
many
that cleaning
jobs.
job for the school.
Yeah.
And I was so excited that I had gotten it. And then, ow, I just punched my desk.
I didn't mean to do that.
And then, everything was going fine. Like, I didn't love it, because they told me it was going to be a part-time job. I was like, oh, okay, we're a couple days a week. No. It was every day for just a couple hours after 9 p.m.
And you couldn't eat. So the free dinner that we got, it was during that time. So he never got his free dinner. He never got dinner.
My shift was like 6 to 11 p.m.
And it started at...
6.
Yeah. It started at 6 and ended at 9, our dinner. So he never got food.
Yeah. That was fun.
Never. Like the free food. So he had to work all of that, but then he had to buy himself food to eat for dinners when he was paying for room and board.
And then I started working at Ross, which I didn't like the job. I really, really loved almost everyone I worked with. There were a couple people in the day management that I didn't get along with very well. But
I love how this turned into a past jobs episode.
yeah.
But this all happened while we were in college. I'm not kidding you. We went through this many jobs while we were in college.
It feels like a blink of an eye, but really it was just life-sucking time.
Because I went to work at Trace, and then I tried to work for Hyla, and then I worked for the bookstore at the college, and then I didn't work until after we were married, and then I went and worked for Money for You, the small loan company.
We both got a job where we weren't... I mean, we both got married when we didn't have a job because I quit.
Like, you actually started Jersey Mike's right when we came back from our honeymoon. Like, that's when you were set to start. And then I looked for a job, found one, but then I got so sick when I got pregnant that both of us had to quit our jobs because yours wouldn't have been enough money for us to survive on alone. And
then
mine was the full-time job. So I had to quit.
Full-time.
I know, but mine was, like...
cooler.
It was the higher full-time.
Well,
higher
that's
pay.
because they told me that my pay was going to be $13 an hour. But what they neglected to say until I had the job was that it was actually $9 an hour.
Yeah.
And it's about 13 with tips, which it wasn't.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
And then I got a job at Lincoln Interactive.
And here we are now.
Still with Lincoln Interactive. Because it's an awesome company. I don't love being a tech support, but I really enjoy the company, and I plan to stay with the company until YouTube or something takes off. And if not, looks like I'll just die there.
And there's a bunch of other jobs opening, so maybe you'll find something
that and
you'll enjoy.
My management team keeps trying to get me to apply to be a manager, and I don't want to be.
Why?
Apply to be a supervisor, I guess. Because I don't want to deal with escalations, and I'll probably have to be like a night supervisor, and it just doesn't seem worth it for the dollar raise.
Because you've worked your way up to like the highest of just the normal techs, but if you become a manager, you'll then be the lowest again and have to take the crap stuff.
No, they all kind of have to take it. I just don't want
I meant
to.
like the night shift.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Like when you first got hired, you had to take the night shift and weekends, and you worked your way up.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't work weekends anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, college. Back to college.
Overall, I honestly loved the experience, and I loved us being able to kind of learn how it was to live with each other before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
So then we could settle those differences before we actually moved in with each other, which
Addie knows
was
sometimes
just
I
at Connor's grandpa's.
and just poop on the floor like a dog.
That's not what happens. That only happened in his brother's bathroom in his room.
I wasn't going to say it, but Addie's the one that poops on the floor.
Oh, gosh. No, Toby pooped on the floor today.
He did?
No, he pretty much did, though. He squatted and just pooped, and I was like, are you kidding?
Hey, he's learning. We're going to do potty training.
Well, yeah, I know, yeah. I can finally see his signs of needing to go to the bathroom and pooping, so
that's
we
good.
pulled out the training potty.
But I was going to say something else. But I don't remember what it was.
I'm sorry that you really...
Oh,
do you
no,
fully regret going to college?
That's what I was going to talk about.
Oh, okay.
For the most part, yes. Mainly because I think I wasn't in the mental space to really take it seriously. Like, I got good grades. But I didn't really take any of it seriously. I didn't really do the best that I could have done. Or looking back, if I were to go now, I would. And having a shared bathroom with all the idiots on our floor, it was just disgusting.
Having a shared
Pubes
bathroom
and piss everywhere.
sucked. I gotta admit that.
And the shared laundry wasn't too bad, but you remember there was just someone on the girls' side. Must have been.
Always left thongs in the laundry.
I was gonna make a joke about it. I was gonna say they must have been going broke with all the thongs they were buying.
Gosh.
Because there were at one point there was 20 of them in this box.
So on our floor, there was a kind of a community bathroom, and then there was the private ones. So the community one had 4 showers in the same room, but they were separated by walls and curtains.
I only gone to that once because it was on the girls' side.
And then
we didn't have one on the boys' side.
Really? No. Yes, you did, because I lived on both sides at one point. It was just down that other hallway.
Oh, yeah. I didn't go there.
Yeah, it was down that other hallway, and you had to have a code.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know the code.
Yeah.
I think I went in there maybe 2 times.
It was just, yeah. I was like, I know there was one on that other side because it used to be the girls' bathroom the year before.
Oh, that's right.
Because I used it. But, so the first year, I used the community bathroom. And then the second year, I was like, screw this. Why am I not going to the private bathrooms? Just because they're just a walk down the hallway doesn't mean I can't use them. They were a lot cleaner.
Well, the girls'
on the girls' side. I used the private boys' bathroom once. And it was because it was an emergency.
It's gross, huh?
It was actually pretty decently clean when I went in there that one time.
Everywhere.
But like I said, the year before, those were girls' bathrooms. There wasn't urinals in any of them.
Sure was urine in it, though.
They were just, I guess, a gender-neutral bathroom. There wasn't...
Hey, let the bathroom be what it wants to be.
So...
I'm gonna get canceled.
But I was going to talk about this. So my mom told me and my siblings growing up, I would like you to go on a mission, join the army, or go to college. And it's not because I want you to do those things. It's because I want you to have the on-your-own experience that's a little supported. Does that make sense? She just wanted us to do something after high school. So it's
when you have big boobs, but just have a training. Just a little supported.
She just wanted us to have a little bit of structure after high school. Mm-hmm. And, I do not regret the college experience I had. Having an associate's as a stay-at-home mom, yes, I do regret that highly.
I regret the college experience. It was a huge waste of time and money.
Sorry, everybody.
No,
she's
doing it on
dry.
purpose.
I'm holding Connor's water bottle right here because I have to keep taking drinks every few seconds.
They can probably hear the ting of the metal.
Sorry, everybody.
It's okay.
But we have very different views on our college experience. I don't regret my college experience, but
I just didn't know
getting a degree, knowing that we had kind of talked about me being a stay-at-home mom anyways, was a little regretful. And now we're stuck with these loans, and we're not even using our degrees.
Yeah. So, in short, college is a lie and a scam. Don't do it. just pretty much drop out at like 9th grade. Know everything you
What?
need. So
No. I do believe that public school is... They teach you stuff you don't need to know. They just teach it to you
I don't
so
need
you
to
can
know the
get into
Pythagoras
college.
theorem.
And it's ridiculous. And that's kind of why I want to homeschool our kids. I know a while ago I kind of was like, oh, maybe I do want them to have public school. But honestly, if you homeschool your kids, there's still options for them to have the social interaction with other kids. And like, I read a thing on middle schoolers that was like, they still only have like a 15-minute attention span. Why are you giving them hour blocks of class learning the same exact thing? They're still just kids.
That aren't helpful. The
Yeah.
things that aren't helpful.
So I want to homeschool my kids so that they can actually learn life skills and how to do your taxes and balance a budget and cook and clean and just live life.
But see,
I'm sorry.
the government wants everybody to be lost because then, if the people are stupid, who holds all the power?
Yeah.
See, it's a government by people and for people. But the people are stupid. So,
Yeah.
anyways, that was college.
That's our tangent about school and college and jobs.
It wasn't a tangent. That was just our episode.
I
The
know.
jobs wasn't a tangent.
Yeah. Well, we also had a little bit of a tangent about school and government.
I mean, the school is kind of college. You're going to give them all the Rona through the podcast.
It's not Rona, it's RSV.
RS Verona.
So, really bad still.
But thank you guys all so much for joining us. We hope you have an excellent week leading up to Christmas week.
Yeah.
We're pretty excited for next week's episode. We were going to
It's
do
a
it after this one.
Christmas special.
It is, and we are aiming for like 45 minutes to an hour long episode. So we'll see.
But we can't do it tonight because my throat's out. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I ripped it out. Anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day.